సాయి నువ్వా?
ప్రవీణ్ చేస్తాడు మేడం.
ప్రవీణ్ చేస్తాడా? ఓకే, బాగున్నావా?
బాగున్నాను మేడం, ఫైన్.
ఫైన్, నైస్ టు హియర్ యువర్ వాయిస్.
It's not the question of manifestation, it's the question of consequences. We have to think of the consequences. Okay, I want a lot of money. Okay, money will be manifested, but what are you going to do with the money? How are you going to handle the money? The moment you have a lot of money, somebody will come and kill you and get that money. The consequence is that you are getting killed. You don't see that consequence. For me, the word consequence is more important than manifestation. What are the consequences of those things which you want to manifest? That is the topic. You build a big pyramid. You want to manifest. Okay, people will come. Then how are you going to feed them? How are you going to treat them? Can you manage all the people who are going to come to you? How are you going to manage them? You want a marriage, but what are the kind of consequences of marriage? Children will happen. Are you ready to raise all the children? Yes, I want to get married. That's very fine. So you get married, you get some partner. But what are the consequences? A lifelong relationship exists, and if you are not able to carry it properly, then you have to face all the consequences.
Great evening and happy morning to all of you, dear friends. On behalf of the CEO, I welcome all of you for today's session. That is our Saturday special, Saturday Masterclass. Equally delighted to welcome Sonal ji for today's session. So the topic for the discussion is quantum pilgrimage. So I am very happy to be with her today because I know her personally, rather we know each other personally. And last week during the same time between 20th to 22nd February, we met in New Delhi. So for BCML conference. So when I am seeing her now, I am getting those sweet memories once again in my mind. So a warm welcome to you, Sonal ji, for today's session. Yeah. So before moving into the session, I think let us have a meditation. Is it okay, Sonal ji? Yeah. So now let us practice meditation.
Looking forward to the meditation. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. And one more point I want to add for Sonalji. So every day morning in the 40 days program, we are seeing her, we are hearing her voice. So that is also one more a boon to all of us to hear her today, her master class. So now we will move into meditation first, then we will listen to her. So the meditation, what we practice is breath mindfulness meditation. Most of you know the posture and everything. Still sit, relax, please. No, okay, sit in a comfortable position. Close your eyes. If you are wearing specs, please remove your specs and clasp your fingers into fingers and place it on your lap. Cross your leg and absorb your normal, gentle, natural breath. And Chandra sir's guidance will be there along with the music. Now let us move into the meditation. Yes, Pradeep, you can play the music.
Friends, dear masters, with your specs removed and eyes closed, if you keep your hands on your chest area, rest your attention on your sacred heart. With a slow, long, relaxing breath, can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel the beat of your heart center, the seat of all emotions. Which is nurturing all life. With its energies of love, joy, gratitude, compassion, can you recollect an experience from your past or from your present where you felt enormous love, gratitude, compassion? Relive that moment and feel that energy inside your beautiful heart, your body. The more you experience that energy, that emotion, the more coherent you become in your mind and heart, the more coherent you become with that field of energy around us. Can you set an intention to radiate this energy of love, of joy to all things and everybody on this planet Earth, to heal? Where your attention goes, there the energy flows. Relive that moment of love, joy, gratitude. Feel that energy. and have that intention and to send that energy to everybody and everything. Slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Observe your in-breath and the out-breath. No forceful inhalation, no forceful exhalation. When you observe your breath, the thoughts become lesser and lesser. Our mind slowly becomes empty. It is natural to have thought. If you recognize your thinking, go back to observing your breath, dear friends, and allow yourself to slowly become empty. And allow yourself to experience that emptiness inside of you, all around you. As you observe your breath, our mind becomes empty. When our mind is becoming empty, we channelize all that energy into the present moment. Our body functions at its natural best. We increase our power of thought. Be with your breath. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience that emptiness, the blackness of no body, of no thing. As you empty your mind of thought, you move away from matter. You experience that emptiness, that greater quantum field of energy. All emptiness is energy. This is the field of unlimited possibilities. Everything that you ever experienced or will experience is here in this field of energy. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, that energy, the more experiences you draw into your life. If you find yourself distracted in thought, go back to observing your breath, dear friends. field of unknown. The longer you stay aware of this emptiness, this blackness, the more miraculous you become, the more insightful you become. Allow yourself to merge into the emptiness of yourself. This is your divine self, your consciousness, that awareness. presence. At this time, let's express gratitude. Gratitude moves us into coherence to help us create more. Can you express gratitude to your parents, your teachers and mentors? Your gratitude to all the people in your life. Your family, your friends, colleagues, relatives, everybody. Give thanks to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals. Express gratitude to everything you use, the technology, the system, the government, the companies that support our lives in many, many ways. Gratitude to yourself for caring for you, for caring for others, and gratitude to this intelligent universe for helping us experience so much more in this life. Relax your body and let your autonomous nervous system repair your body.
I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful.
Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What did you see? And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes.
Hope you all enjoyed today's meditation. So now let us move into our master class. A warm welcome once again to all of you, and my hearty welcome to Sonal ji once again. So today's topic is quantum pilgrimage. Before we go into the masterclass, a brief introduction about Sonal ji. Sonal Ajmera Doshi, multifaceted professional with expertise in healthcare and design, acute care nurse practitioner, yoga instructor, and certified meditation coach in the US with a background in interior design from India. Combining holistic practices with healthcare expertise, specializing in pain management, mindfulness, and wellness, dedicated to empowering individuals worldwide to unlock their potential and elevate humanity through consciousness, clarity, and transformative growth. So the topic sounds to be a little new to me, madam. So the way I understand this topic is, see, we all heard about pilgrimage. That means we take a long journey to reach to famous temples or the divine shrines and religious places and all. So we gain certain divine experiences, sacred experiences that will be going to be with us forever in the life. But this quantum pilgrimage, I understood, is maybe the pilgrimage to the quantum consciousness on the quantum field. It's an invisible field and infinite field where we may get questions for the, where we may get the answers for the most sorted questions which are there in our mind. Who am I? What is universe? Or what is mind? So the answers may transform us for a better version of ourselves. But let us listen from Sonalji what exactly the topic means. Over to you, Sonalji.
Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, dear friends and masters. Very warm welcome. Thank you, Vidyaji, for that humble introduction. You all are the senior masters who I hear is truly, the role models for all of us. You doing this consistently, holding the programs day and night, helping this platform. So truly grateful for everyone to be here and for this time. Time that we give to each other is the greatest gift as we move on, as being a Saturday, especially people who are doing volunteer work and, working consciously on their spiritual journey. Is more occupied than people who are living three-dimensional reality, right? Because you're trying to juggle that world and also be there in the other world. So being involved in baby steps, I truly understand and I really appreciate everybody who's here today. Makes me humble to what I have to say, we all know that I've started this journey with Buddha's CEO about 3 years ago and have been really fortunate to be, surrounded by spiritual family. I was born in a, family where spirituality was the foundation. And because of all that cumulative observation that my parents did, that maybe this life wanted to thrive, I'm here today. So when I say that it's not from the ego consciousness, it is to express. And in that it's all of us together, So I realized why I thought of this is recently I had, as Vidyaji said, I met her. I had the privilege to meet all the masters around the world, including Vidyaji at the global conference. And, I was really excited that I'm going for a meditation conference and in Delhi. And I had seen clips of it, of the global conference one. So it felt awesome. It felt more awesome because of all the people who were involved. I didn't think being here this far, I really understood what they were trying to do until I went there physically. And from there, of course, we went to Himalaya tours. And then I also met my mother, who's 86 years old in Mumbai for a week. And I was trying to give her the accept, like what I did for this 2 weeks. And that's when I realized that I truly, because of the age where she is, what she could fathom, and the limited time that I had with her, And when I was expressing, I realized that it was more of an energy experiences that I was describing more than the physical experiences. So quantum pilgrimage, just came that idea after a meditation when I was connected to that energy mind. So as we all know, the physical pilgrimage, they say, as Lao Tzu says, that the journey of 1,000 steps begin with one single step. And that's what I felt, that I took that one single step in the quantum field, after I joined with Buddha CEO platform. So eternally grateful. And I thought I will share this because it's so close to where I'm feeling right now. And I'm sure that all of you will resonate with the same, as we all are into the world of meditation. And so far, everything has been so perfect, because I feel the physical reality that we live, the steps, that the way we grew up, the way our environment influenced us, all of that together has brought us to here. So we're not saying one is better than the other. This is a beautiful journey, which was started with one step, So the physical pilgrimage, I also, before I say that, I also want to ask Vidyaji, how much time do I have, Vidyaji? It's 7:53 for me, so I want to make sure that I stay on time.
35. So you have got the time up to 6:50.
No, what time is it in India? So how many minutes we have?
I think we have more than 25 minutes for you.
Okay. Yeah, so please feel free to let me know. I will try to make it as brief, because I want this to be more of, both ways, because I'm sure all of you have had profound experiences and have things to say. So we should make this as, two-way. So I will get started. So with the physical pilgrimage that we all have experienced, right from our childhood, being with our parents or being a parent, and doing it in the community. So what I understood so far is that it is an intentional journey to a sacred shrine or a ashram or a spiritual significance, depending on what you follow, undertaken to cultivate the spiritual growth, that we seek that guidance and connect with the higher power, higher guru, community, or own's inner self. So growing up in a Jain family, they call it a jatra, the pilgrimage is one of the most sacred action that we do. They do like one day from our temples. And when I was 19 years old, there's a small village called Sankeshwar. It's in Gujarat, where Parshvanath, how we have Mahavir, we have Parshvanath deity there. And all the Jains who are the Iravasi Jain, who believe in idol worship, go there on full moon energies. And I was so fortunate that I went there for 15 months in a row. Every full moon, I knew there's this group going, and my sister and brother-in-law was going, and that's how I got connected. And that time I was doing interior designing. And what I really enjoyed there was, and this all came together when I was traveling in Himalayas. It told me that how life has moved from physical dimension to the quantum field that we've learned. Because now we realize that we are energy beings. And the reason we enjoy meditating is because it's giving us that time to dip into our own self. That Mahakumbh that we experience in our heart every time we are sitting to meditate. And suddenly it came in front of me as a picture, that how the journey has been so beautiful. So coming back to the physical journey, every month we would go on full moon energies, and it is in a small village. This was in 1988, 89 time. And so of course, things were not with internet, and it is not what it is today. So it's a beautiful village. There is no lights in the temple. So we would take a night train, go in the morning. There's a sandal paste and fresh flowers in the morning. They do deity, offer do that ceremony. And then in the night, they would have open sky, and then we would do devotional singing. So when I was thinking, what I really enjoyed was, I was talking physically to thinking that the God's energy is there, that I want to come every month. I enjoyed the satsang. I enjoyed the group of people that I was going. They were from, 70, 80 years old to 15-year-old in there. But just a young teenager there, with my sister, learning the new things there. What I enjoyed was those fragrance of sandalwood and the fresh flowers, talking with those villagers. So it was such a beautiful experience. Little did I know at that time. It was just something that I was enjoying. And Divine gave me the time to go there for 15 months. But the difference was I was externally thinking, I was visiting the places. I thought the God is there and that I'm talking to him and I'm surrendering before leaving, that please bring me. The songs also has a lot of meanings as we sing bhajans. We are connecting, right? That I love you and you love me, and then how we are surrendering. So it teaches us that we are so much more than this body. The role models who have been examples of service, an example of loving all and serving all, seeing yourself in all. Once you do that, then things just come automatic. So all of that, you don't know that when it's happening. And that is why we need all these physical steps for our children, for our next generation. So just coming back to that. So that's what I thought, that I remember that doing any physical pilgrimage, there's always, either they're fasting or then they're reading this certain things or writing the books. So now I'm understanding the meaning of it, that what really you're doing is trying to control these senses, these five senses that, regulate our life. As we know, I was hearing Jagdish sir's last Saturday um, class, that he was talking about that as long as the external drives are routine, we are so comfortable. Doesn't matter. You're taking a train, working 10, 12 hours of job or working, coming back home, you're tired, you sleep, you get up, you relax, you go back, and you're very comfortable because it's all known, it's a routine. But if you're extracted from there and go to a quieter place or a smaller village, then you say, when you're living this dimensional reality, that, oh, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. Because now the external environment is not driving our life. We really don't have that job or that routine or that, train ride. What we have is the inner self. And we don't know when it comes to doing the inner self because we're not used to really, wanting to be aware of who really we are or what we should be doing. So I thought that was so profound, and I'm sure all of you, depending on where you're in your journey, when we are alone, we have two choices. Either we are lonely because we don't know how to be with ourselves and we are fearful. But once you come in meditation, when you realize your inner journey, when you realize your inner consciousness, when you start enjoying, even I went through those stages where I started like, wow, and now I enjoy so much. As much as I love being with people, I love every minute that I am meditating, every minute that I'm by myself, every minute that I'm with that book. So that is the shift I felt, that physical pilgrimage moved to a quantum pilgrimage. And I would have never understood if I didn't open this door of meditation. So eternally grateful to all our Buddha CEO masters, Chandra Sarvani ma'am, to bring me to this platform, to make all the efforts so that I stay connected, because whatever I am or wherever I'm feeling, it's because of this. And I thought that's why I wanted to share that. And I'm sure all of you have similar, so we should have time to hear from each one of you. So, basically, we're doing that so that we're walking towards a transformation, right? We're wanting to, as a child, as a young adult, as a, wherever you are in your journey, we're going to those physical places because we first have that faith in whatever shrine, temple, ashram you're going. You have that, you are seeing that God, that guru, as somebody, as a role model, somewhere where you can surrender, somewhere where you can share your weakness, asking for the strength, asking for the transformation, whatever it may be. It could be a job, it could be a marriage. I've been there, done that, right? That please let me do this, please let me have this. It could be for you or for someone else. But that is what we are doing, right? We think that we have a place where we can go and ask, where our wishes are going to be granted. It could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be mental. Somebody's looking for healing or somebody's looking for their kids' success. But that is why we have these temples and rituals. So it brings you out of your physical reality where you're at the weakest point or where you feel you need some more strength, and we look for that strength outside, right? So that is beautiful steps. But I thought when I went to global conference, that's really what I really wanted to talk. I've been in the medical field, and to get our license renewed every year, we have to do certain conferences and education. So I'm used to going to these medical conferences. And then sitting in that hall, seeing all these, dignitaries from different walks of path, different religion based, different faith, and coming back to same ground and talking about meditation. I said, wow, this is a journey from medical conference to meditation conference, and I felt it was one of the best wow moments in my life where I could really felt it. That itself was a pilgrimage to me at the time, which I never understood. Because in the beginning, physically, you're making all these rules that, okay, I have to pack, I have to check in, I was just doing all this externally. But internally, when I came first day to the global conference, that experience, in the beginning, I'm still thinking who's coming, who's the speaker, where they're coming. And then it came to that point where I left all those physical names and identity and drops and was just connected internally to that energy consciousness because everybody had the same message to give. And how beautiful was this from our visionary, our dear Chandra sir, to bring me to this profound experience. And so I just kind of wanted to share and inspire and tell people that whenever you have a chance to be going to any kind of meditation conference, take that first step, make that intention to go there, because it was beyond words. It was a full powerhouse. I felt any higher energies that I have experienced or known was all under that roof, and as we saw that there were more than 1,000 people. There was teams from India, there was teams from Dubai, there was teams from UK, there were teams that I don't know where they were, but I knew them through the platform. Somewhere or the other, either I've heard them, or I've been with them, or know of them from PSSM. And everybody had this profound experiences, profound life journey. And seeing them, there was not even a time where you could have more conversation, right? But I did not feel that. I felt I was one with them. When I met Vidya ma'am, I just grabbed into her energies. When I met Dr. Sudha Pai, little do I know, all I know is she's a pediatrician. She's done this and she's wanting to do this. And that's all. But I felt one with all of them. And just that whole 2.5 days, seeing Dr. D.R. Karthikeyan sir, I salute him and I thank Chandra sir to introduce me. His discipline was shining through him. We all have talents. We all have something unique about us. But what makes us successful is when you cultivate that discipline. That's what I understood when I met all these masters. That once you have that discipline, anything can be possible. As Chanda sir has taught us that, we're very comfortable with what we know, whether it's temple, shrine, your own place, finite world. But when you go beyond that and go into that infinite, which is unknown, in the beginning, you were scared with the darkness because it's unknown. And then once you start doing daily practices, you realize that you're evolving to that point where you're enjoying that darkness, even though you don't see any experience, even though you may not see anything. Some people see colors, some people see lights. And I felt that now I'm at that point where I'm enjoying that darkness. I'm surfing in that darkness, not looking for anything. I'm not wanting to have any experiences or see any gurus or have any conversation, just to be there. I'm just enjoying just being there, and so I feel that profound bliss, profound peace, in spite of, and I wasn't there 3 years ago. So that's when I realized that is what is quantum pilgrimage, as we all have understood, as we're learning the science part of the spirituality, that everything that we are experiencing, this body, this Milky Way, this planets, this whole Mother Earth, is 0.001%, the matter, but the energy is 99.999%, right? So as much as we're enjoying this, you can imagine that we're only enjoying 0.001% and letting go of that 99.999%. So when you come to those realms, what is it? Is it a space anywhere? No. It is your awareness, your self-realization of who really you are. And that's where I understood that now practicing mindfulness, I was still on that where, okay, this is the body, I'm washing the dishes, I'm supposed to meditate, I'm not supposed to do this. So being mindful of eating, every action, every meeting, everything, every dialogues, every word, every thought. So that was the first step again, of mindfulness. And then came meditation. And that's when I realized that it's not any place or anything. It's just to be. We have gone from known to then doing to being. And that state, even though it's for a few seconds, when we reach that samadhi state, as we all thriving to that. And I'm sure all of you are also in there and have experienced it. But sometimes, when we put our thoughts together, that's when I realized that even when I went to Himalayas, to different places, he had made it very clear in the meeting that, if you're looking to visit temples and go these, which is great, you want to go to Badrinath and you want to go to Kedarnath and you want to experience those energies and those histories and place itself. This is not the trip. There are people who do those yatras and pilgrimage, but I thought that was very profound, that he made it very clear that this is going to be where you're going to practice more silence, more being with your own self. We're going to spend more time in meditation. So I was a little bit worried because I didn't know what to expect, but he made it very clear. So I was open. I said, that'll be a great experience. And I was looking forward to be with the group, right? Because I started in Niagara Falls, which was my first AMR. Then different programs. Then we had another physical AMR in Sedona. And I met again different, people from different walks of life, different places. And need of that communication went away. When I could connect with them in an energy level, I felt one with them. And I would have never experienced this if it wasn't a meditation pilgrimage. So coming from the physical pilgrimage to the meditation pilgrimage to really the quantum pilgrimage is, our goal, at least for me. So I thought I should share this, this journey. And going to Himalayas, again, of course, going to that places where we went to Mahatar Babaji caves and Neem Karoli Baba place, I little did I know about them, just few things that I knew, didn't know much in details, nor am I a devotee as we call ourselves. I felt just I'm a spiritual traveler with all of them and experiencing these energies with them. And when I went there, what I really enjoyed was I thought I'm going to talk to them and find out and being with Chandra sir for that many days. But I truly, when I sat with him in the bus rides and, in the ashrams we lived, I had no need to have words. I had no need to have communication, which was a huge change for me. As I'm a talker, you can tell I wanted to ask and talk, and that's who I was when I was 19. And here I am. I just felt that stillness, being with all of them as one energy consciousness, was the bliss experience within itself. There were no questions, there were no answers, there was no wanting to know anything. I just wanted to be. And that itself was so profound. So I thought I would share that. It's like, earlier I always felt that you're a drop in that ocean, as Rumi says, that you are that. I always felt that I'm just adding a drop in that ocean, or you're that drop in the ocean. And there I felt that I'm the entire ocean in me. And that only felt when maybe it was for a few seconds that I was able to drop this physical reality. So that's when I thought that I hope, how do I make this bliss that everybody experience this someday? And of course, we're so fortunate that I don't have to do anything by myself. Along with of course, we have the responsibility of our families, our jobs, our kids. They're all looking still. I know that they are giving up a lot on me since I'm gone full-time work, and then I'm trying to, do this energy work. So I'm so grateful to my husband, to my family, because they are giving up. They know that I'm enjoying this. They're giving me that room in addition to everything. So I realize that how grateful I am for all of that. But along with all of that, to have this platform and have this little time with all of you. So I just so grateful. And that's why I wanted to have this background for gratitude, that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of you. Because even though this is speaking, it's the energy of all of us is coming out of me and expressing. So I take this liberty to say that, I am expressing on all of us behind. But what I meant, the quantum pilgrimage, is the expansion of the consciousness. And I realize that just as we've just opened this door and we are feeling this bliss, so you can imagine the infinite possibility, the infinite pilgrimage that we can have in this quantum world. So my goal is now to have this quantum pilgrimage every moment that I'm meditating, where there is no destiny, it's just infinite, it's forever and ever and ever and ever. How wonderful is that? So I thought I was feeling so much gratitude for the global conference, and coming back to Himalayas, of course, the places were beautiful. However, because we were silenced, we were in more inner stillness, walking those path, climbing those journey, I experienced that stillness, the physical stillness for the first time. Every direction that I was looking, usually I have a need of taking pictures and this. And of course, we did a little bit of it, but compared to 100%, it was 10%. Because no cameras could capture that stillness, that beauty. I experienced that stillness when I was going up Mahatar Babaji caves, that everything was in its divine place, whether it was a tree or a flower or the raindrops, or nothing was, it is not a constructed temple, right? It's out of, it's in nature, just there's no commercial shops or place or anything. So you are closest to the nature as one can get. And it was a very profound experience for me to be in that stillness and really understand who I am. That's a question I had, who I am. Am I this mind? And I realized that the moment our goal is to dissolve this mind so we can experience that oneness with everything. There is no Sonal, there is no acute care nurse practitioner, there is no yoga instructor, there is no one. These are all the tangible things that we associate ourselves with. But how beautiful it is to let go of all that, because that is just the steps to where we really want to get, depending on where you're born, what you need to do, what you understand. So I thought just wanted to share that transition of temples and shrines and having that divine energy outside. I had a little bit of taste of that divine energy within me, that how I could expand. And even the Mahakumbh, when we sit to meditate, when we take a bath in a water or in a river, we say it's a bath, right? When you dip yourself. That is what people were doing in Mahakumbh. But when I sat with myself in those places with that masters around and that energy consciousness, I felt I was dipping in my own energy. And that is the Mahakumbh that I can experience every minute of my life, the moment I connect with my energy being. So that moment was profound also. And suddenly, and what happens when you're connected to your really original self is when I came home, I had no complaints. I didn't feel, oh, my husband didn't come, he didn't call me. I had all these experiences by myself. I felt amazing. I felt grateful. I'm so thankful for all of you, because everything again was in divine place. We always question, oh, and there's no one here. There was, I had to do this alone. Everybody came with their husbands or wives and XYZ, right? We have all these analytical mind, and we kind of wanting to, always conclude things, right? But I felt everything was just perfect. And because I was in that consciousness, my travel, my packing, my boxes, my, flights, everything was smoother and smoother and smoother. I had no issues. So what does it say? That everything, the outer world reality that we experience is the reflection of the inner world that we are, depending on where we are. It's the same, usually I go to Mumbai, it's a hustle and bustle and traffic and, all of that. And usually I'm really exhausted, even though, so I remember when I went via Dubai, a friend of mine had booked a spa in previous trips, that I know how busy your life is in Mumbai, and you need to have this break. But this trip, when I came after Mumbai first time, in all these years, I felt amazing. I felt everything, I've never experienced this before. I felt all these traffic and people and everything. I was able to witness. None of that affected me. In fact, I enjoyed every minute of it, by looking at that, how they're running and how they're. So the whole outlook of life changed. I didn't feel that I don't have enough time. I didn't feel that I could have had, there's always this, I was always fighting before, that I couldn't call this one, I couldn't be there, I couldn't be here. All of that external validation, all of it went away. So I realized, that's why I thought, I'll share this, provoke those thoughts that, where we all are in our journey. And physical pilgrimage, of course, amazing, because that's our starting step. And because we took that step, now I know that wherever I go, I want to sit and meditate in those energies, because they're not any other energies. It is me. So I am connecting to that consciousness in this physical world, in this physical body. So I'm so grateful for this temple who's giving me these opportunities, who's making those observations that I do. So now I know that how I want to create my reality. I've understood that your thoughts and your feelings create your reality. So how one should be mindful of what you want to do in life, where you want to go. Do you have the choice, or do you want to spend rest of your life still complaining, still selling what others are not doing for you, or what others are not recognizing or validating you? Or do you want to use your time on this Mother Earth that you have got so that we can expand our own energy in this consciousness and be one with all. So, the takeaway messages, what if I have to say is the pilgrimage, wherever, whether it's physical or quantum, is a journey of self-discovery and a spiritual growth. The true pilgrimages is not about reaching a physical destination, but about cultivating the deeper connection with oneself and the universe around you. The quantum pilgrimage offers, to me, I felt, is like powerful tool for personal transformation, allowing individuals to tap into the quantum field and access this higher states of consciousness. So with that, I'm open for questions, anything I can answer. I had thought of, sharing a lot of pictures and everything, but I thought I'm on social media. I have posted few reels about the global conference itself, and also about a little trip. I still have few more things, so people can stay connected through social media, because also social media is the way to go, way to connect and way to expand. So that gives us an opportunity to learn in that field also, that is helping us. And I do want to say that I was eternally grateful to meet one of my greatest master from Thrive Gujarati community, Miss Kalpana Sanghvi, who is here. My goodness, I cannot put in words enough the amount of work she's doing for elderly, and how much I learned having that lunch with her and spending time. I had an opportunity to visit, and that's what I enjoyed, is that this whole life can be a pilgrimage. We can learn from each masters, as Patriji has taught us that, if
Sonalji,
I think Sonal madam lost the signal.
we lost Sonal madam. Is Sonalji? I think we lost Sonalji connection. Just
Yeah.
we'll wait for a few seconds. Let her come back. I think suddenly we lost the connection with her. Till she joins, we can just recollect what she has told. Think she has clearly told, as a meditator, every one of us can move from physical pilgrimage to meditational pilgrimage, then to quantum pilgrimage. So it is possible for each and every one of us, because we are all meditators. So moving from level 1 to level 3 must be our aim. And second beautiful sentence what she told is, that is, whenever we are sitting for the meditation, we should think we have to go for a quantum pilgrimage. So very good. So quantum pilgrimage means we are expanding our consciousness, and when we come in contact with that superpower, or what you call that infinite consciousness, so our conscious naturally expands, and each and every experience is what she has narrated from her childhood days till today. there is an immense transformation that has happened to her. So very clearly, very coolly, she's chilling, being in silence, being in stillness has become a nature of her. And also, she's telling it just, just how she is here now, let go the things, or all become a part of her life. So everything is possible through the meditation. Yes, Sonalji. Just come
Yes,
back.
I don't know. I think, was it just me or the whole Zoom was disconnected?
No, we lost you for a few minutes.
Yeah, so I think something happened at our end here. So I'm trying to log in from the computer. But if we have any questions or anything, I would love to hear from all of you to see what resonated with all of you with the quantum pilgrimage. And if any question for me that I can answer.
Chandra madam has raised her hand. Yes, Chandra
Um,
madam. Ma'am, you have to unmute yourself, madam.
Yes, ma'am. She
Chandra
should be
ma'am,
able to unmute.
you are able to unmute, ma'am?
I'm not able to hear you, Chandra aunty.
No, she's still muted.
I see.
Yeah. Sai,
I can see if I can unmute her.
yeah, somebody has asked a question, Sonalji. Why do you term it as quantum pilgrimage? Curious to know. I think internet is playing hide and seek, I think. Sonalji, now you have to unmute yourself. Sonalji, you have to unmute. Unmute. Oh, good.
Okay, now I'm allowed. Thank you. So the reason I said was because I had pilgrimage in my mind, right? That I'm going to Himalayas for a pilgrimage. And when I actually went, I was looking forward to see Himalayas and the places and everything. But what ended up being is internally, I wasn't in the physical space. I was more in an inner space. I realized that consciousness shifted for me. And when I would meditate, and when I was, and it came to realization when I was trying to talk to my mother and tell her where I went in Himalayas, because my father has always taken us for pilgrimages, physical places, right from childhood. As I said, I went 15 months in a row to the same place every month on full moon. So I didn't think of that way at that time, that it was a pilgrimage. But now that I look back, all of that changed, and I recollect more being with that energy consciousness, and it just came as quantum pilgrimage. That my point was to pass on is, we have done a lot of physical pilgrimage in this lifetime and previous lifetime. But when we are connecting to that quantum field of energy being that we are, once we experience that samadhi state, we realize that is not our goal. Once we become that self aware, there is so much more. There's all these infinite world that I haven't been part of. So now I'm more curious to have pilgrimages there. I want to know all of it. I want to be there. They say Shambhala, right? If you've all have heard of Shambhala, it's not a physical space. It is a space that exists where all these higher energies are making plans. That's what I hear. So now I felt, it was still in my mind as Shambhala, but now I want to explore that. And the only way to explore that is to have the pilgrimage in the quantum field. So that's what I mean, it's just something that resonated with me. And I thought it opened a lot more doorway. I have so much more now wanting to do. So, but yeah.
Yeah, Sonali, there is one more question. How group meditation is more powerful than online?
I think what happens is personally for me, it broke a lot of the barriers that I had, of this limited belief. I'll tell you, for example, I have a temple in my room, in my house, and then it's like a small meditation room of Swami and, all the gods that I grew up with. And then I have meditation. So I never would go there without having a shower or in my night dress. And, because I feel that energies are there, right? But during that first 40-day session that I did with Chandrasana, um, I don't remember what it was. It was a weekend long meditation. And there was no, yes, I remember it was a long meditation or Sunday long meditation. So it was, a night before for me. And I couldn't, I didn't want to miss that. And I went in my night dress. I said, sorry, Swami, we believe that Swami consciousness is there, right? So we said, sorry, Swami, excuse me for today. I'm going to just sit in my night dress. And I went in the night dress. I sat. And that day, of course, it was my first 40-day program. I had not met him, not met anybody. And initial, time. And that's the day I had profound energy experience, out of body experience. And I wrote it all down. And I did not tell anybody because I thought they will think it I'm crazy. You know how you're supposed to share what you feel, but I never believed that all this happened. It not only happened, but I sang this song that I've never sang, and I wrote all of it down. I had this, and little did I know anything. But when I look back, I think after that, things started changing in my life. So that's why I tell, why do you think universe has put me in this? Because I want to inspire others who are new, that don't think that there are no changes happening. There are a lot of subtle changes that is happening inside of you that you don't even know. So I broke that limited belief that I cannot go in the temple without a clean clothes or without having a shower. Because what matters, what really the God or the Guru sees, is the purity of your heart. And our Satya Sai Baba always said that it's not how you sing, it's not what you speak, it's not an eloquent speaker that you are. It is how pure, how pure your heart is, how pure you are. And I got to experience that. So it was not easy when somebody's grew up in this faith of Krishna consciousness or Sai Baba consciousness or Mahavir consciousness, whatever you may call it. We have different names for these religion, for this society. But when Chandra sir says that this is the best time on earth to be alive and experience this life, I heard the same thing from Shreyans Daga. I heard the same thing from my Guru Satya Sai Baba. But I never understood that part until now, that it is true. Imagine where the humanity has evolved from physical temples to inner temples. We're all connected to this web. We're experiencing the same bliss. But again, we are tied with those limited beliefs of those kriyas and karmas, the bhakti marg that we chose, right? There's a Gnan marg, there's a Bhakti marg, and there's a Dhyan marg. So now your God, your consciousness is evolving you to the higher, but we are not wanting to go. We want to be here. That no, I want to go to my temple and I want to do this puja, which is great if you're enjoying that. But if the universe is walking you to that path where you can do so much beyond that, why not? And that learning Buddha CEO gave me, that why not? I never opened myself to the opportunities of why not. It was always but this, and if now anything new comes, it's like, why not? So, yeah, Chandranti, I hope I'm making sense and giving you right answers that you want to hear.
Yes, you have moved from if to why not. That itself is a great from one corner to the other.
Right.
Yes, Chandra ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Vidya, madam. And Sonal, madam, Sonal ji, I have to give you a very good clap for your, not just for your impeccable words and speech, but I have to just to tell you how beautifully you are grown up. because I know you from when you got married and you came first, and I've seen you those time also with your little girl. And it's not only when you talk with such a vow, with such a feel from your heart, I feel like you are taking all of us. You are not the only one in the pilgrimage. Whoever didn't go, I am going with you in the pilgrimage, that moment from my share. That kind of effect you gave it to me. But one thing it's sure, Sonal, I was watching the pilgrimage, the whole Delhi conference on that live YouTube. I couldn't come this time. It's some problems. So I felt like I am in that hall, sharing one with the whole people. I'm sitting like this too, like that. I don't have that kind of sofa, shared it, but beautifully that took us really that atmosphere. But one thing I feel like each person's life has its own pilgrimage. We cannot follow one person's, and I love whatever you said. I respect, hands off to you, but each person has a call in a different direction, or each direction, which there are so many directions attaining one place called oneness and the bliss. That's what it is. Whichever way you go to pilgrimage, you go to some other satsang, you do that, you whatever. But one mind, I realized from what after you said too, even before, I was so disappointed. I couldn't go to the Delhi conference. These are all attachment. So much attachment. I want to go. What is that? Are you that big person, or are you need some importance or validation from other person? No. That same people, you can shower that information to all over with whomever you are. That is the beautiful thing. I love to go. I am an outside person. Love to go with everybody. You know me. And so that's a big lesson behind it. Behind the thing is you can be wherever you are and be in that pilgrimage. And you can just one with everything, even if you are inside the hall, one with the sofa, one with the thing, one with that, everything. If you are one with that, you are going to just go into the space, nothing at all. And I really, that gives me more energy when you said that. More and more you said it, how much the quantum feeling you got it and stuff. I felt like I'm getting that quantum feeling just being in one place. Not that not serving, but that was flowing like energy from you, Sonal. This screen and stuff. I think I was just thinking when you got frozen, I think the electronic system couldn't stand that energy, so it stopped. It's really trying to link it. But I really understand where you come from. I really see how things are boiling, bubbling, and kind of burning in you. That is the real true spirituality that comes anywhere. And they are all triggered and added by all these nice satsangs, big meeting of great masters, and reading their books or listening to them is wonderful. But every minute, is it possible for us to see them fresh? If I meet Chandra sir every 40 days, I attended so many times. Every time I take notes, every time each talk is so new and fresh, some new things. That is the same way, that is adding to the pilgrimage. Wherever you see, it's like a pilgrimage. Wherever you go, it's a fresh thing. That's what I am feeling. But you gave a very nice self, the disclosure of your feelings and your spirituality. And I love you, Sonal. It's beautiful thing for the morning. You gave a good enough. Thank you, Vidyaji, madam. You have adding grace to this ambience, to this talk. Your beautiful, beaming smile and the soft voice. I could get to meet you one day.
Yeah, I will surely meet you.
Even I couldn't say that I want to go to the place. I want to meet you. If I think on those things, unless there is a true intent and purity in mind, I won't meet you. So I don't want to have so much of hang up on things, but it's going to go. It will happen, but there is a call.
No, whether we are meeting it personally or virtually, still we are connected together.
Yeah, sure.
From heart to heart, from
you said
each
it,
motion to motion.
Yeah,
The energy in motion, we are connected with it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. You put the correct word. I didn't know the exact expression to say it. And Sonal, you are very clear. Absolutely. There is no Bombay accent or anything. You have a nice, beautifully you talk. And so
Thank you. I do wanted to touch base. I think you said it so optimally, that it's not about going to a conference or not going to a conference. When we understand that wherever we are in life, we have a family responsibility or we have other responsibility, it is still a perfect moment and a perfect time for you. I may not go in the future, or I may go, I don't know. I'm open to possibilities. But we going or not going doesn't determine where we are in life. Because, as we say, to go to Himalayas, you don't have to physically really be there. You can be wherever you are and you can be in that energies, right? It's the same way. So, that is another thing that whoever wanted to come and couldn't come because of XYZ reason, I felt them in my energy levels. So that is also a learning, as you said, it's not about the physical pilgrimage, is where, yes, you got an experience, but when I was doing that, what experience I drew was what I had in childhood. So that took me to that journey, that's where the first step began.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, little did I realize that that was the first step. And it was the most perfect and a beautiful step. So, yes, it's not about really attending. My point was to encourage that when you get a chance, wherever you are, there is conferences happening all over the places. But be sure to have that intention that you want to be there, because you will only come out bigger than who you are, you know? So, yes, Srinivas, sir, please,
No,
you can unmute.
yeah, okay. Namaste, ma'am. Ma'am, most of the things you said, I understood the words, but I could not connect to that frequency. I mean, the original intent I could not understand. That is one thing. That's okay. I think, like Chandra sir says, you persist and you will reach there one day. Uh, um, I wanted to ask one thing. You said, not me, to why not me? Why not try? How did this journey happen, ma'am? What did you do extra? Or what special did you do? And another thing, whenever Chandra ma'am talks, I open my ears very wide. So much energy she gives out, and a lot of things that we don't know even that this kind of thing can be asked. She asks for all of us. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So I will answer your second question, but what was your first question that you said you didn't understand?
I mean, you said you felt oneness with the energy or oneness with everybody.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
it cannot be experienced in the words. What is that oneness? This
Sure.
that's not easy to comprehend.
No. I mean, it's a journey that we all are, in there. So, before I answer, how long you've been meditating?
Now, I just started recently, ma'am. Last this Wow Miracle batch I started, and there was a little gap in between, but I was following it with.
Sure.
There is one Spark program was happening. I was
Okay.
with that, and then I started this
Wonderful.
40
Wonderful.
days, and I'm not able to do it alone. Whenever I'm in this group meditation only, I can concentrate and I can do it. Like Chandra sir says, I think there is some, I don't know, some magic or some science behind this thing. That this
Yes.
pulls. Even if it is at 2:30 in the morning, I need to wake up. I wake up automatically and I somehow join the program. If it is 4:30 also, I join. Earlier, this was not possible for me at all. Of course, I have not seen any experiences or visions or such things, but I just want to be there in the meditation.
That's awesome. So, yes, I have completely been there where you are at that point. Okay. So, depending on where we grow up, our personalities build, right? Depending on what schools you went, where you're born, you don't have control over that, where you were born, which school you went to, or the jobs that we do. So that creates like a personality, right? That is run by five senses, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Conditioning, I understand.
Right, right. So what happens is when you go into the meditative world, how we do realize that we are all interdependent beings, right? Without trees, we're not going to get that oxygen, and without us, trees not going to get carbon dioxide, right? So what does it mean that if you take away everything from the planet, if all the greenery, all the trees are taken away, will we survive?
We cannot.
So that means we are dependent on them, correct?
Yes.
Right? So we realize, as much as we don't want to believe, but we are interdependent beings. If we take away all these physical, your family, your buildings, your water, your air, we're not going to be able to survive. So what does that mean? That we are all interdependent beings, but we are so stuck into our physical reality that we forget. As Raman Maharshi said, somebody came and complained this, and this. So he said, what are you complaining? There is no second person. The day we realize that there is no somebody else, everything that we are experiencing around us is all the mirrors, reflection of you in them. So if your boss is not really, that is much higher step. But to begin with, I think what you're doing is perfect. That, slowly and steadily, how we say, oh, I don't know how to read. When I read, I go to sleep. I'm not an avid reader. Remove those blocks and say, it's okay. I was there too. All the books that is recommended, buy them, keep them, use Audible when you're traveling. You can listen to those Audible books, summaries of books. You can get started there. Because along with doing meditation, it's very important to, suffering that we experience of not feeling the oneness or not understanding, that is lack of knowledge that we have, right? So when you read books, when you are doing what you're doing, connecting with masters, and if you see my videos 3 years ago, I was asking the same questions.
Okay.
And what happens with the energy is when I used to meditate in the beginning, I could just meditate for 10 minutes and I was saying, oh my God, it's half an hour. I couldn't even sit for that 10 minutes. I realized that it was only 10 minutes and I felt I was sitting for an hour because I was physically fidgeting, not comfortable. Why? Because our mind is everywhere. We're not used to that stillness. So then and I'm always worried, oh, I have to do this, I have to go there, I am done, I have this call to answer, I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to do this, get up. All these thoughts are there, right? So it's just like a task. Just like I'm praying, I'm sitting and meditating. Okay, I'm supposed to do this and you do that. That's where you all start, right? Some point. So what I started doing is, I thank all my masters. We have a very beautiful master here in St. Louis who taught us how to meditate. We used to meet every Friday since 2015. So I've done meditation in spurts since 1992. So it's not like it's just a brand new thing. So we have to give time, first of all, because we are evolving from this personality, keeping what is good. So a lot of things our parents taught us great, to be truthful, to be hardworking. We want to keep all of those. But at the same time, we accumulated a lot of things around from the surroundings. So we want to let go of those. So it takes time, right? What the personality to let go and dissolve this analytical mind.
Yeah, I
So
understand, ma'am.
in the
I'm not looking
beginning,
for quick results, but I just want to know that you all have been there and I am on the right path.
no,
Because
you're in a perfect place. But to enjoy the meditation, I used to light candle and I used to light the agarbatti. And when I do
Yeah.
when you have the energies of everyone together, that itself will help you expand. The group energies. If you remember in the temples, they do group pujas, right? We do this
Yes.
group homams, group pujas. Why? Because the devotion that you have it alone, in your home when you're doing the yagna, compared to those big events, because all the energies are together. So
Yes.
it helps you to expand your journey a little faster and better. If you can concentrate for 5 minutes at home, you'll be able to do 10 minutes there. So that is the power of group consciousness, and especially masters, when Chandra sir is there or his voice is there, this music is there. It's all because they're vibrating at a higher frequency. So their goal is to pull all of us together, right?
Yes.
And it's not above or below. That's what I love about this group of friends. We're all in this journey together. We're all holding each other's hand. There is nobody higher, there is nobody lower. We're all in a perfect space. As much as you feel I'm late, you're not late. You're in a perfect place, in a perfect moment, and a perfect place. This was a perfect time for you to start this journey. And it's not, you read a story of Milarappa. There's a very beautiful YouTube video. If you don't have time to read a book, just see that video of Milarappa. He killed 80 people in this lifetime. In the same lifetime, he was enlightened.
Okay.
So it's never too late, never too early. Everything is in a perfect divine time. And doing the group meditation is the first step, because then you start liking that, okay, now all these thoughts slowly becoming a little bit less. You understand that it's okay, even if those thoughts come, okay, let it go like a cloud. It's
Yeah,
okay
I
to
can already
you
see
go back. Yeah, you can go back to your breath. And then you'll see slowly, those negative thoughts will become neutral. Then it'll become positive. And slowly you'll start thinking of the miraculous things, like how Chandra sir and all are doing. Like miraculous things, right? Having a global
Yes.
conference. Who had
Yes.
thought of that?
Yeah.
That is a miraculous thought that became a reality, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we're all in that journey, So I hope that helps.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
I resonate with Sonalji in two aspects. One is regarding the GCML. That was a wonderful, amazing experience. Second thing is the Himalayan trip. So I also went that Himalayan trip in 2023 with Chandra sir, and also climbed Mahavatar Baba. So I can resonate what all the feelings, that experiences you had there. So I would like to tell in only one sentence of Sonalji's session. Sonalji, along with Sonalji, we all travel, and we actually rather walk in the quantum pilgrimage, and we also familiarized and experienced certain conscious divine moments in us according to our own levels. Thank you so much, Sonalji, for taking time and joining with us and sharing all your wisdom and experiences. And also, equally, I'm thankful to all the participants who have joined today, taken time on the Saturday evening. Thank you all. See you on next Saturday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Is it okay if Kalpana ma'am just raised her hand? I don't want to.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, please. Yeah. Please, Kalpana madam. Yeah.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। सोनल जी सही में सोना है और हमको बड़ा चढ़ा के बोलती है, पर नतमस्तक आपको प्रणाम। आपकी एनर्जी यहाँ तक पहुंच गई।
Thank you. That was the idea of the quantum pilgrimage, that I want to let everyone know that, we are all together connected in this energy consciousness, no matter where we are, the struggles, the bliss, anything that we're experiencing, we are all part of this one. And we are grateful for this platform where we can share this. So thank you, Vidyaji, for this opportunity, this time, and hosting me. So thank you so
Yeah.
much. Eternally
Thank you,
grateful.
everyone. आज कल्पना जी जैसा बोलते हैं ना, यूएस से गुजरात तक एनर्जी पहुंच गए, मतलब पूरा दुनिया के लिए भी एनर्जी पहुंच गई.
Right. Thank you.
Enjoy the
बहुत
weekend.
धन्यवाद।
Have a great weekend. Bye,
धन्यवाद.
everyone.
Thank you.
Dhanyavad.
And thank you, Sai, for being with us. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Who do you want to be? Come on and tell me. It can be anything. Other possibilities. Focus, boost, and release. Gratitude and go. Your 5-step technique to follow your wildest dreams. What you believe for yourself, you become. Manifesting has now begun. So who do you want to be? Come on and tell me. Come on and tell me. Tell me.
So wonderful. Have a great rest of the night and the day. Bye, everyone.
You too.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sai. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.